My name's Rei. I'm 24 years old, and I live every day in excruciating pain. It's not because I got into an accident or injured myself or anything. I was just born this way. I have a chronic pain disease called Ehlers Danlos syndrome. It's a connective tissue disorder that's caused by a defect in the way my body produces collagen. If you don't know, collagen is the stuff that, basically holds your entire body together. Without that, you get loose, unstable joints, severe bruising, heart disease, flat feet and painful walking, velvety smooth skin that stretches, tears, and is painful to touch, severe headaches, low muscle tone, severe muscle weakness, and chronic widespread pain. There is no cure, and the treatment is supportive at best. I was diagnosed pretty young. When I was really little, my parents kept having to rush me to the emergency room because my joints would become dislocated at, the slightest touch. I would just be playing with my brothers, and then suddenly there was a crack and a blinding pain, and then I couldn't move my arms anymore. I would scream and cry and scream some more, partially out of pain and partially because it was terrifying. It happened so often that the hospital called child services on my parents because they thought I was being abused when really it was just my disease. It wasn't until years later when my little brother, Benjamin, died suddenly from heart complications that we were sent to a geneticist, and that's when they found it. Not only was I diagnosed with Ehlers Danlos syndrome type 3, but they found that I had a hole in my heart, and if I didn't have heart surgery, I wouldn't live long. I was scheduled for emergency heart surgery, and the rest is a blur. Doctors, surgeries, hospital visits, medicines, and pain, and maybe it's because it all happened so fast, or maybe it's just because I want to forget. The best way I can describe what Ehlers Danlos is like, it's kind of like being a doll. A doll whose stitches are slowly coming undone, and then the doll just kind of falls apart. The collagen in a healthy person's body acts as stitches to keep everything in place, but I don't have that. My stitches are flimsy and worn and are slowly being stretched beyond what they can handle, and it won't really be long before they come completely undone and I can't move at all. Do you realize how terrifying that is? I don't know how much time I have left, how much longer I can walk or stand, or use my hands to draw, to paint, to play the piano. Making art and music is my whole life. How can I live in a world where I can't create? People chastise me all the time for being an overachiever, or for trying too hard, wrecking the curve and all that. But they don't realize that I do all of those things because I don't know how much longer I'll have that luxury. I want to create as much as I can while I still can. You may call it overachieving, but I call it making the most of the time I have left. That's why having an invisible disease is so hard. It's because no one really understands, and some people don't even believe you. People tell me the pain is all in my head, or that I'm just looking for attention, and there's nothing I can say to convince them that it's real. Ehlers Danlos, like most other chronic pain diseases, is invisible. I don't look sick, so it's easy for people to assume a lot about me, and believe me, they're very open about letting me know exactly what they think about it. If I sit out of a physical activity so that I don't dislocate anything, I'm labeled lazy and antisocial. If I use my handicap parking pass because walking feels like being stabbed by 1,000 knives, I'm labeled selfish and rude. If I use my cane, I'm labeled insensitive and cold. Sometimes it feels like there's just really no winning. If I can do one thing, just one thing, I want to show people what it's really like to live with a chronic pain disease. What it's like to have an invisible sickness that consumes every part of your life, and yet no one believes that you have it. It takes a lot of strength to get up every day and keep going, even when it hurts to breathe or move or blink. For us, the people like me, the silent sufferers, the ones that no one believes, the ones who will live and die with invisible diseases, no one will ever truly understand what we go through, but maybe, just maybe, we can make people more aware. Maybe my story will help someone understand what we go through. Maybe I can make a difference with everything I do, with everything I create. Maybe I can be the voice for every sufferer who couldn't speak. And maybe I can help just one person understand. We don't look sick, but we rise above incredible pain and adversity. We don't look sick, but we've seen more suffering in our short lives than we ever should have. You may think we're weak, but we're stronger than you'll ever know.